Assassination. The scene is a small provincial town in southern Europe. It is June the 28th on a hot day, promising to be even hotter. In the city there are flags and bunting to be seen everywhere, as well as lots of soldiers and policemen. For today is a special day here. A royal visit will be taking place. The heir to the throne, the emperor's nephew, will be coming. For the inhabitants of the city it is also a special day for another reason. Today is St. Vitus' Day, and the anniversary of a famous battle when the Christian forces were defeated by the Muslim Turks. It was a defeat, but one which is still remembered with pride by these proud people. The proud people of this city were members of a racial or ethnic group called Slavs. Slavs are found widely in southern and eastern Europe. The Slav inhabitants of the city were not pleased about their royal visitor, as he was one of the hated Austrians who ruled this region as part of the great Austro-Hungarian Empire. The Slavs wanted to rule themselves and not to be ruled by anyone else. Not only that, they also wanted to unite all other Slavs into one great Slav country. They felt it was a deliberate insult by the Austrians to send the heir to their throne to this city on such a special day for the Slavs. Because of this, although crowds were gathering, very few were lining the street that the royal visit would take. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, who was a soldier, had been in the area for several days watching the exercises of the Austro-Hungarian army. Accompanied by his wife Sophie, he arrived promptly on the royal train and was greeted at the station by local officials, mainly Austrian. They made a striking couple. He was wearing the light blue uniform of an Austrian army general and a hat with white feathers. She was wearing a light-coloured dress and a broad-brimmed white hat. After the official greetings, the royal couple got into their car to drive through the streets to the town hall. Unknown to them, and to any other people in the crowd, waiting unnoticed amongst the onlookers, were a group of Slav nationalists. Their mission: to kill the Archduke and strike a blow for Slav freedom. A neighbouring country had trained these young men, some still in their teens, and provided them with bombs and guns, as well as cyanide capsules in case of capture. Faint cheering could be heard as the Archduke and his wife drove slowly through the streets. As the car approached, the first terrorist reached into his pocket for his grenade, but he was too slow, and the car had passed him before he had a chance to prepare himself. He was not too disappointed, though, as he knew more of his companions waited down the road. The next terrorist was better prepared. He secretly removed his grenade from his pocket, and as he saw the car coming, primed it by striking one end against a lamp-post. He threw the grenade towards the Archduke's car. His aim was quite good, and the grenade landed on the folded hood of the car. The Archduke saw it, and realizing what it was, flicked it off into the road where it exploded. It blew a small crater in the road and injured about 20 people. The Archduke, a short-tempered man, was furious. He stopped the car and angrily complained to the Times officials following him that he did not expect to be greeted by bombs. The procession then continued on its way. The terrorist who had thrown the grenade realized that he had failed and was unlikely to get away, but he jumped over the railings and into the river that ran alongside the road, at the same time biting on his cyanide capsule. Unfortunately, the river was only knee-deep, and the cyanide only burnt his tongue. He was quickly captured. The other terrorists soon heard what had happened and realized that their plans had failed. There would be no chance for another attempt, as security would be now certain to be much, much tighter. The Archduke arrived at the town hall, still seething with anger. He demanded that his schedule be changed. The afternoon visits would not be made. Instead, he would go to the hospital to visit those injured by the bomb attack. After lunch, they got into the car once again and set off. Unfortunately, no one had told the driver that the plans had been changed. As the car drove through the town, it was soon obvious that he had taken the wrong road. The car was stopped, and the driver began to reverse to take the road to the hospital. At that very moment, the leader of the terrorists, an 18-year-old student, was standing outside a cake shop. He was feeling very fed up as all of his plans had failed. He looked up, and to his amazement, there, right in front of him, was the car containing the Archduke and his wife, stopped and preparing to reverse. It was too good a chance to miss. He pulled his revolver from his pocket, stepped forward, and shot the couple several times. The car sped away, carrying its royal visitors, who were both gravely wounded. When it arrived at the town hall, it was obvious there was no hope. Within a short while, both were dead. The young assassin was arrested, beaten up, and taken away. The Archduke and his wife, Sophie, had been killed in the city of Sarajevo, in the province of Bosnia, part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The assassin, Gavrilo Princip, a Slav, had been trained in the neighbouring country of Serbia. a fiercely independent Slav country. Within a month, all of Europe would be at war.